Today is Sunday, December the 19th, and today's inspiration painting is called Gypsum Weed. And this was painted in 1936. It is oil on linen, and it is housed at the Indianapolis Museum of Art in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's 4 gypsum flowers, and quite magnified. The dimensions of the painting are 70 inches by 83 inches, so quite a large piece for sure. So you're definitely getting the background of the, I think my light's blowing this out a little bit. I'll pop some photos in, you can see it a little bit clearer maybe. I'm definitely getting the background of the blues, little hints of that green. Definitely going to get a different lighting setup for tomorrow. Sorry about that. And here we are, unwound. Hopefully that still looks blown out. There we go, maybe. I'll do some cut-ins that you can see a little bit better. All right, hope you're having a nice weekend, getting ready for the week lead up till Christmas if you celebrate, or other holidays if you don't, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. Today is Monday, December the 20th, and today's inspiration painting is called Ladder to the Moon. This is a little bit of a different work by Georgia O'Keeffe, and I've got a photo I'll pop in here. This was painted in 1958. Some art commentators credit this as a transitional work for her. It's a turquoise sky with a wooden ladder kind of hanging under the moon. And you can see a very deep background in the mountains. The mountain range back there is Pedernal Mountains, and Pedernal Mountain itself is a very well-known mountain in northern New Mexico that she was known to paint very frequently while at Ghost Ranch there. There is a quote, which hopefully I will not misquote because I can't see it on my phone, but I will put it below as well, where she says, "It is my private mountain, it belongs to me. God said if I painted it enough, it was mine." So I think that's kind of interesting, and you can definitely see the shape of the outline of the mountain range in the back. And then here's a photo of the actual mountain range and the mountain side by side. So quite an interesting little story to go with that inspiration painting. So today's yarn, and we've got a lovely Christmas Eve tea to go with. Very pretty and will be tasty, I'm sure. And the yarn is absolutely stunning. Definitely get the turquoise, you get the dark black of that mountain range in there, a little bit of variation in the color of the sky. So very pretty. And we will unwrap it here. I always find it so interesting, skeined and unskeined, how you definitely can see that speckling of the mountains color in the background there, and several parts, and then the dark and light of the sky there. So pretty. Love that. Really pretty interpretation. So that is today's painting. So far I'm on track for the week. That's awesome. Hopefully you got some nice relaxing knitting time in over the weekend, and if you're gift knitting, I hope that you're where you want to be. I'm ending up sending one unmatched sock. It was a sock tube sock that I decided to kind of do at the last minute that I will show probably the second one. The other one's soaking, and so it can go up to be to its recipient tomorrow without its mate. But that's okay. We'll catch up with the other one shortly. And anyway, so wish you a good evening, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December the 21st. It's a rather cloudy, somewhat drizzly day here in North Carolina. It's very cold. We had this time last week, I think it was 75, so it's very cold for us right now. Not as cold as a lot of you all in more northern climates, but nonetheless, it's chilly for us. But it's starting to feel a little bit like winter. I think it's odd to have Christmas be warm. So I think it'd be very interesting in the southern hemisphere, where a lot of you all are obviously celebrating during your summer months. So definitely a different feel, I'm sure. Today's Georgia O'Keeffe painting inspiration for the yarn is called Blue Flower. This is a pastel on paper done in 1918. It's 20 inches by 16 inches, so a smaller work. And then again, that pastel difference, although we're seeing a lot of mediums for her artwork, really. We've had oil, we've had watercolor, and now pastel. So this is a really deep blues and greens. There's a little bit of yellow in the center, and it reminds me of, as you'll see in the photograph, it reminds me of an extreme close-up of a blue flower. That's the name. So I'm expecting to see something kind of a little deeper and maybe jewel tones. We'll see. Today's interpretation is, that is gorgeous. Look at that emerald and blue. So pretty. All right, open it up here. And definitely get that feeling of the deep blue and the green playing off in there. So that's very lovely. A little bit of yellow there's on the back side there. So it's all in there. Nice job again. I think that's it for today, and I will talk with you again tomorrow. Thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday. Yes, Thursday, December the 23rd. And I have 2 days of Advent. We'll do the 22nd and the 23rd. So starting off with the December 22nd, we've got a yarn just inspired by the 1928 painting called Wave Night. And this is an oil on canvas, 30 inches by 36 inches, and it is owned by the Addison Gallery of American Art in Andover, Massachusetts. So the curator writes at the bottom of the entry here at the Addison Museum, in the spring of 1928, Georgia O'Keeffe vacationed at York Beach, Maine. During this 2-week stay, the ocean was a source of wonder and inspiration for the artist. Minimal yet dramatic, Wave Night is a rare nocturnal seascape painted in inky blacks, deep blues, and pinkish purples. O'Keeffe later recalled the experience. I love running down the boardwalk to the ocean, watching the waves come in, spreading over the hard, wet beach. The lighthouse steadily bright far over the waves in the evening when it was almost dark. This was one of the great events of the day, which I think is very cool. So I'm expecting perhaps maybe a little darker color to the yarn of today. So let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, okay. And again, I've got to show you a little inspiration of painting. I probably popped it in when I was reading as well, if I think about it in the editing. I also have a really pretty stitch marker in here today. So yes, so pretty. Every time I edit this, I think I need to learn some other adjectives because it seems like, oh yes, and so pretty seem to be. I'm sure you're tired of hearing that by now on December the 22nd, but so we are. Yeah, really lovely. Take an opening look here. I love the stitch marker. Can definitely, I'm clever when I edit, I can maybe get that laying sort of the same way that the painting is, but you definitely can see those colors. That is a really gorgeous green. I could like a sweater in that, I think. So the December 23rd inspiration painting is called Canna Leaves. And this is a very pretty greens and purples of an unfurling canna leaves. Oil on canvas, 26 by 11 inches, and it is at the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum. It was a gift of the Burnett Foundation from Fort Worth, Texas, most recently in its provenance. Described as vertical canvas of aerial view of canna leaves unfolding. Greenish purple leaves open flat to the top and bottom with red veins along their centers against the background of white and red. So maybe green, purple, red. Be very interesting to see how today's yarn is done. Perfect. Look what a great blend that is. Try to pop in the photo at the bottom here. Get a sense of those colors. You're probably hearing the oven timer in the background. I apologize for that. Never a perfect time to record, is it? There we go. That is gorgeous. Really pretty. All right. So 2 days left, or one mini day, and then the full-size skein. So I have actually found this to be a lot of fun to kind of learn a little bit more about the artist and guess how the painting might be interpreted. So really fun. It was great of Zoe to give us such an interesting subject matter for our Advent calendar this year. In the countdown to Christmas, I am, of course, I need to get back working on my my sweaters. I think I might have mentioned in the last podcast my Comfort Fade Cardi. I had gotten the sleeves way too big, and I'm about, I guess, down to halfway down one of the arms. I need to rip it back, and I don't know how you all are. I find that if I don't immediately go back and fix a mistake, it just lingers because then I don't want to deal with it. So it's been probably 3 weeks, maybe longer since I did that. Of course, then I knitted on my Heart of Glass tee, and I need the needles out of the other sweater to do the sleeves. So I've really got to get busy on those while I've got a few days off, hopefully here over the holidays. But I had done, I think I showed the other one, I started a sock tube afterthought heel and toe sock for my mom. She got one is sitting under her tree, and the other one is sitting with me, but it's not far from it. This is a, what yarn is this? This is I think Active. Thought I had the tag in here. Of course, I don't have it immediately since I'm looking for it. Well, it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Super Garden Active. And the colorway is 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. Colorway is 3362. It's cool how it works up. So I obviously did the tube on the sock machine. This is the toe is, I believe, Sheep Dip Dye Works mini that I picked up. And then I'm knitting the heels in, this is some of the marigold dye that was back in maybe episode 3 or 4. And it actually, I think is a really good match for the gold in here. So I think that's rather fun. So I've got those working up, and got a couple others on the needle. My merino socks, I think I mentioned, I'm kind of seeing how those wear. I'm starting to see a little bit of wear through, so I'm wondering if I should either try to darn over it now or maybe do some duplicate stitch in the parts around the heel that's kind of wearing. It's kind of felted in a little bit, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to darn it or not. I might try to do that, maybe darn it or do a duplicate stitch from the inside over the part that's getting a little bit thinner. They're still super comfortable to wear. So I've also been, you all may remember, I was working on the green spin. So I have finished the second half of that, and I will do a quick trip over to the wheel and show you that. So here we are with the other half of the spin. So I'm letting that rest for tonight, and then tomorrow I will spin them both off to another bobbin, and then I will ply them together. I think I'm going to try it as a 2-ply yarn there. So looking forward to getting that done. And then my next spin, I'm planning to do some of a Jacob study. So I have, I'll do a good recording of that. I have several natural Jacob nests and then some dyed Jacob nests. I'm going to do some different combinations of those colors just to kind of play around and see, how they would spin up done differently, and then figure out a project to do, probably a shawl or something with it. So that is it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thanks so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Christmas Eve if you're celebrating. Today is December the 24th. Today's inspiration painting is called Petunias. I found a snippet about this painting on the georgiao'keeffe.net website. So here is a snapshot of the image. It is some purple petunias, and the write-up on this website says O'Keeffe not only used her natural surroundings at Lake George as a source of inspiration, she also mined the garden she maintained on the Stiglitz farm for fresh motifs and themes. In the summer of 1924, she began planting beds of blue and purple petunias in order to study their subtle radiant hues. The growing of petunias that pivotal summer provided the impetus for her first enlarged floral painting, Petunia No. 2. an extraordinary prelude to the artist's flower paintings, long considered her most original contribution to 20th century art. O'Keeffe's preoccupation with petunias culminated in this 1925 canvas. So obviously expecting lots of purples, maybe some gray, some green. This is a lovely one to finish up with. Further to that, I'm going to read the following quote by Georgia herself. "Nobody sees a flower, really. It is so small. We haven't time, and to see takes time, like to have a friend takes time. If I could paint the flower exactly as I see it, no one would see what I see, because I would paint it small, like the flower is so small. So I said to myself, I'll paint what I see, what the flower is to me, but I'll paint it big, and they will be surprised into taking time to look at it. I will make even busy New Yorkers take time to see what I see of flowers. Well, I made you take time to look at what I saw, and when you took time to really notice my flower, you hung on your own associations with flowers on my flower, and you write about my flower as if I think and see what you think and see the flower, and I don't." So maybe a little glimpse into Georgia herself and how she approached the work. So here we go. We have today, oh my gosh, this just sounds lovely. Christmas in Paris tea, purple. I love how she coordinated that. And we have a pretty pin here. It looks very Georgia O'Keeffe-like. And we have the beautiful petunia. All those subtle purples. And here we are unwound. So pretty. So what a nice way to end. So that is the end of the minis. I do have a full skein tomorrow. So that will be the last entry of the Advent vlogs for 2021. It occurred to me as I was editing the first part of this video, I did not say in this on this video that this is the Yarn Advent from Felicity Yarn Studios, and Zoe's Instagram as well as her Etsy shop are linked below. She's got lovely yarns that you've seen many times on some of my other projects. So I would encourage you to also take a look in her shop and add to your stash if you are looking. So I'll see you tomorrow with the final full skein for Christmas, and wish you a good holiday. Thanks. Merry Christmas, everyone. Today is December 25th, and we are at our finale of the Felicity Yarn Studios Advent Calendar 2021. So day 25 is a full skein called Abstraction Blue. And before I open it, I did find a little reference to it on the georgiaokeeffe.net site. In her Abstraction Blue, pure blue strokes are dramatically juxtaposed. The painting exemplifies the freedom O'Keeffe felt and the possibilities she explored at this time through art's most basic building blocks. Quoting her, "I found that I could say things with color and shapes that I couldn't say in any other way, things I had no words for." So with that in mind, here is a photo of the reference painting. So I can imagine this translates beautifully. All right. And yes, it does. Look at that. Speckles and turquoise and teal and light blues, dark blues in there. Oh, that's beautiful. It's really gonna tie all of the minis together beautifully. There we go. Nice job. All right. For those of you celebrating Christmas, I hope you had a lovely, happy, and cozy day with family and friends. And I wish you a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. And we will check back in January. I did get a few yarny and knitting acquisitions today, so I'll save that for a future podcast. And with that, I will close off. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey this year, and I look forward to talking to you in 2022. Thanks so much.